And I'm going back downstairs without the thing I went up for. I realize I don't have it. In that moment, your brain isn't being stimulated. Whatever it is you're listening to or watching in that moment is not that interesting to you. So your brain just shuts it out because it literally can't stay focused.
Aren't they focused? That's not good.
Look how the people gather round. Or maybe I'm different, and maybe my ADHD got me tripping, and maybe I'm just everything that you listening, yeah.
Hello, my ADHDers, and of course, all my neurotypicals, or are you neurotypical? Ever think you or someone you know might have ADHD? Well, keep watching. And all my fellow ADHDers also keep watching, because I know this is going to be something you'll definitely relate to and kind of have some fun with. It's always really good when we can laugh at ourselves and feel like we're less alone in the world. For a quick explanation on what ADHD is, check out my ADHD Explained video. So most people have at least one ADHD trait in some form, but when diagnosing, it's about the amount, severity, frequency, and overall impact that the traits have on our lives. That said, if many of the following things resonate with you, it's a possibility. So here are some common ADHD things. You often have trouble focusing, especially when you're doing boring things. When you do something well, you often don't remember how you did it.
Problems with working memory is a big thing. So here I'm going upstairs to get something, but by the time I get upstairs, I've entirely forgotten why I'm there. This happens to me about 10 times a day. No joke. Oh! And I remembered why I went up there. Back up I go. The struggle is real, my friends. Oh wait, what's that? Oh my god, these cushions are a mess. I'm gonna clean these up. Yeah, I've been now distracted by cushions that are messed up. So I cleaned those up, yeah. Job well done. Good on me. And I'm going back downstairs without the thing I went up for. And I realize I don't have it, and back up I go.
You often make small, careless mistakes. You have trouble doing mundane tasks like dishes, laundry, taxes, etc. You can be impulsive, so you'll do things on a whim without thinking them through.
Do you zone out a lot and your mind just wanders? Like at work, school, watching TV, or sometimes even when someone's talking directly to you? Yeah. Like here, my friend's talking to me and I completely zone out. And then my mind just starts to wander to other thoughts. If you have ADHD, this is because whatever it is you're listening to or watching in that moment is not that interesting to you. So your brain just shuts it out because it literally can't stay focused. And it just wanders off and goes to thoughts that are more interesting. No shade to anyone. Interest with ADHD can come and go at random. Oh look, I'm back, and now I have to try and pretend that I was totally listening the whole time and I definitely knew what she said.
You often cut people off while talking, usually because you want to get whatever's in your head out before you forget, because you know you will. You have difficulty transitioning from one task to another. You have a real problem trying to get up in the morning, more so than most people.
Fidgeting. Do you fidget a lot? Are you very restless when you're sitting, when you're trying to work, when you're at school, when you're watching TV, when you're on your computer? Do you have just a problem sitting still? Well, that's a common ADHD thing too. It's hyperactivity. So this is obviously physical hyperactivity displaying, but there's also mental hyperactivity, which is just your brain is always going, you're constantly bombarded by thoughts and ideas, and sometimes, unfortunately, you can even get stuck into negative thought circles. So you just keep going around in negative thoughts.
You get hyper-focused, often tuning out your surroundings. You don't always recognize your strengths or feel proud and take ownership of the things you do well.
Emotional dysregulation. So that can show as emotional outbursts disproportional to the situation. And this is all emotions. Happiness, anger, excitement, frustration, all of it. So here, I'm super stoked to find Post-it notes. And my friend's like, yeah, that's great.
You know, it was funny when I was making this list because, of course, a lot of the stuff are things that I recognize in myself. And then there was a lot of things that I entirely forgot were ADHD related. But there was quite a few things that I didn't even recognize in myself until I was making this list. It's so funny because learning about ADHD is basically endless. And then especially when you have it, it's always just a constant discovery about ADHD and about yourself. So the DSM-5, which is what they use to diagnose. So the list is divided into two categories. One category is inattentive, the other category is hyperactive impulsive. So if you're 16 or younger, You need to have 6 of the traits in one or both of the categories, and if you're 17 or older, it's 5. So the symptoms have to have been present for at least 6 months, can't match the person's developmental stage, and cannot be better explained by another diagnosis. The symptoms also have to have appeared before the age of 12. Most of the symptoms have to have appeared in 2 or more settings, so like say at home and at school, and they have to be clearly impacting the person's life. So you can be diagnosed with one of 3 types: inattentive, hyperactive, impulsive, or combined. So if many of these traits resonate with you, that doesn't necessarily mean you have ADHD, but it's worth looking into.
So here's the list of traits. I'm not going to read them out or else we'll be here all day, but this is directly copied and pasted from the CDC website, which I have a link to in the description, so you can go there for more information.
In the description, there's a link to an online quiz and a helpful website. There's also a link to some stories about adults being diagnosed with ADHD. We're at the end of it today. If you have any thoughts or questions, be sure to leave them in the comments section. Otherwise, I'll see you next time to bring you more into the secret society of ADHD. Thanks for watching, and don't forget to click the like button, and be sure to subscribe for more videos.
This is how I show my love. I'm playing it in my mind because I'm blaming on my ADD,
Right.
Okay,
Yeah.
I pressed it.
So, this one time, I ate a dog.
This is a problem, because I'm actually gonna want to know what you're saying. Okay, continue.
But then,
Yeah.
the dog turned out to be a pineapple. And then I woke up and it was actually a dream.
Keep randomly going.
Okay. I feel like I should actually have a story that I should be saying.
Tell about that
Because
Not one time.
that one time, about what? I'm not really sure what he's talking about, but, you know.
Wait.
Stop! So,
Yeah, totally.
yes. Right? I thought so too. Milk.
Terrible
fridge.
story.
There was
Don't
once.
give me.
You need to give me more prompts, Matthew, because I don't know what I'm saying.
You're literally good.